Namaste and good afternoon. This is Dr. Pam of Midtown Atlanta Wellness Center, and today I'm going to be talking to you about reasons to secure abundant good health. And there are several reasons that you want to make sure that your health is at its optimal. The first one would be the issue of stewardship. So anytime that you've been given something good, you want to make sure that you maximize what that thing is. So for instance, if you've been given a certain gift or a certain talent, you want to make sure that you're using that to its fullest potential so that you don't lose it. So same thing with your health. Even if you didn't start out with the best of health, use what you have been given and maximize that. So say you were born with a certain illness or a certain health condition or maybe a disability. You still have an opportunity to be at your best within those parameters. The other thing that is important when it comes to why you need to secure abundant good health would be for quality of life. A lot of times people feel, well, what's the point of worrying about my health? What's the point of eating right? What's the point of exercising? You got to die from something. That's what I hear from a lot of clients is, well, you got to die from something anyway. Why not make it pork, or why not make it sugar, or whatever it is that you want to do. And it's true that something may take you out, but in the interim, what is your life like during that time? So maybe it only adds 5-10 years to your life, but the quality of that life during the time that you are around will be different based on what you're putting into your body, what you're doing with your body, as opposed to if you kind of just let it go and do whatever. So it would be much better to live a life where you can walk upstairs without pain, without having to breathe hard, without having to figure out, can you go to this certain place or not? Go climb a waterfall. Oh, I can't do that because my knees are hurting. So that impacts the quality of your life based on what you're doing. So you want to try to maximize that and do the best you can. Another reason to secure abundant good health would be the issue of legacy. What are you leaving to your descendants? What are you leaving as far as expectations for them? We hear a lot of times about health conditions being hereditary. So what that means is, based on what issues your family has, when you're out of balance, when you're out of alignment, when you're not doing the things that you need to do with your health, then the way those things are going to manifest is cancer for this family, high blood pressure for this family, diabetes for that family. So it doesn't mean that you have to get those things, but when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, that's what's going to show up. So if you are not securing abundant good health, then you're more prone to having these issues pop up. And since DNA is formed from what you have in you nutritionally, you could be passing on deficient DNA, and then that's going to make you more prone to those things that they say, oh, it's hereditary, it runs in your family. So the better you do as far as your health, as far as your nutrition, then the better DNA that you have to pass on to your descendants. Also, the better habits that you have to pass on. Because a lot of times, the reason we develop these different conditions is because of the family traits and family habits and cultures that we have. So if we can do better with making better habits, then of course that's going to lead to a better quality of life for not just ourselves, but also those who come after us. The fourth thing that you want to look at with securing abundant good health is the impact that your health has on others and the environment. And why do I say that? Because when you don't feel good, you're not at your best. And a lot of times you're a little irritable or confused or tired, and you can't give what you need for everyone else to benefit from you being there in the first place. Also, healthcare. Healthcare is a huge expense in this country, and if you are not in the best health possible, that means that you've got to spend more time going to the doctor, getting doctor visits, having to take medications, those kinds of things. Also, if you're catching more viruses or bacteria and you're breathing and coughing and you're throwing off these things into the air that other people have to share, then you're putting other people in jeopardy as well, so that they can't be at their best either because they're picking up stuff from you. Okay, so that's going to be very important. Abundant good health also affords us freedom. freedom to do the things that we want to do when we want to do them, without the restrictions of pain, without the restrictions of worry. Just something simple as taking a flight. Sometimes people have to secure a wheelchair before they're going to take a flight and figure out how they're going to get from one end of the airport to the other, because they can't make that walk all the way to the other end of the airport. That's something that seems very simple, but that person's having to deal with that mentally and emotionally, as far as stress of, are they going to get there on time? You know, will there be someone there to pick them up? When it comes to parking, you know, parking at a store. If it's hard for you to walk, if you're having the pain issues, sometimes I've seen people not go to a certain store because the parking was too far away and they couldn't even walk, you know, to get into the store. Or they can't shop in the store because the carts that are in the store are out of power for that moment, and so they don't have a way to walk around the store to even get their groceries. So you get this freedom of not having to worry about how you're going to have to adjust yourself to do the things that you need to do when you're healthier and you're able to do them at your best. So that's just a few things for you to think about, to share with your loved ones, and to really just be more aware of the importance of what you have with this body and with the health that you've been afforded, and maximizing what you have. Have a good afternoon.